Hello everyone, and welcome to the RFU movement. I'm Jamal Barnes here, and welcome back, guys. I know we've taken quite a bit of a hiatus as of late, but we're going to demonstrate basically a new format for how we do these videos going forward. There's going to be a lot more consistency as far as uploading these each week. Let's get right to it. So I've had this issue for quite a while, and the issue that I've had has been with folks who are like, well, we should just make everything free. Just make everything free. Okay? Not only do we make everything free, but we need to just ban anything that's we find hateful, racist, or a threat. Threat? Are you kidding me? So anything that's a threat we should ban. Well, and then I have folks who are who in the U.S., by the way, because we do have, I know there's clientele from overseas, but here in the U.S. we have folks like Hillary Clinton supporters and Bernie Sanders supporters who believe, especially Bernie Sanders supporters. I mean, you guys believe in, let's just make everything free. Let's just ban all guns, ban everything, and anything that's you find that's racist or hateful and conceitful for whatever reason. You know what my message to you guys is? Please try a ticket to Venezuela. Please buy a ticket to Venezuela, or even just look at some videos of Venezuela, because that's where we're going to end up if we continue to vote for these types of principles. These guys, especially Bernie, in my humble opinion, he's more extreme than Obama. I mean, you want all guns banned. You want a minimum wage raised to more than. Well, first of all, that would just say, "Oh, we want to fight for 15 an hour." No. In the next 10 years, no. Why don't we just make it 100? That solves everything. But I'm bringing up Venezuela to prove a point here. And the issue point is that Venezuela is the Bernie Sanders vacation spot right now. We're seeing a lot of protests. We're seeing a lot of division. The country's divided. You have people who are eating dogs, cats, and pigeons. I mean, this kind of, and then you have a government, which, by the way, Bernie Sanders supporters. I just love it. Everyone wants to, like, oh, socialism is a great idea. Why don't we just make everything, make the whole world socialist? That solves all the problems. And if we don't get that, shut it down. Well, you know what? Guess what's happening in Venezuela? The area is shut down. Are you kidding me? Venezuela, it's shut down. The government's only running on 2 days a week. The government's like, yeah, we're just gonna only work 2 days a week because that's obviously we don't have any money to do anything, so we'll just shut it down to make it two half days a week. That's totally enough. Venezuela is so bad right now. They can't even afford to pay to print their own money. Do you believe this? But, of course, I'm not going to just hammer socialism. Now, this is a government who has 69 billion US dollars. I don't know what the currency is in bolivars, but you get the drift here. That they keep printing more money. Let me ask you folks something. The folks who are Bernie supporters and who are Clinton supporters, who are Democrat supporters, have heck, even conservative supporters do you believe that these people really take an economics class? Because if you take it in, these guys really, like folks like El Presidente Madero, if he really took a presidential class, why is it that he's just kind of like, well, let's just print more money? Mr. Madero, El Presidente, no clase de económica? Are you kidding me? So we should just print more money, and we're just gonna, yeah, because obviously we don't have enough inflation, right? I mean, obviously 500% in inflation was a great idea. Yeah, that's a totally great idea. Yeah, let's just, you know what? Why don't we just raise the inflation by over 20 million%? So we'll just, and that'll get everybody out of the poor. Yeah, that's just, you know, that's what we'll do. We'll just make the inflation as high as we can. So we'll just keep, you know, print more bills. You know, because obviously, you know, printing is obviously, the money's probably not even worth the money that it was printed on. And now they can't even print more money. They can't just print more money because they actually owe their company $220-something million. At least $220-something million US dollars. And they can't afford to pay. So all you folks out there who are talking about, well, we should just, socialism is the way. You know, a free healthcare for everybody. You know, let's just make everything free. Let's make electricity free. Well, in Venezuela, electricity may be free. But have you folks taken an economics class? If you really think that socialism is going to solve everything, just look at Venezuela. Please. Look at Argentina back in the early 2000s. It doesn't work. and folks are, and you're probably saying, oh, he's out there. He doesn't understand the poor. Look, I totally understand the poor. What I don't understand is that, oh, part of it, by the way, it all goes back to Hugo Chavez. If you know who Hugo Chavez is, you know about Venezuela. So he started this whole idea in Venezuela that it should be a socialist country. You know, we should just, socialism is a way. Make electricity free, make healthcare free for everybody, ban all guns. And guess what, by the way, all you folks out there talking about, well, you know, hey, by the way, let me bring up the UCLA incident today. Okay. So in UCLA today, 2 people were killed. At UCLA, there was all this CNN and MSNBC and Fox News coverage here in the States. You know what? I think would have happened if this happened in Venezuela. President Madero would have just said, you know, we need to ban all guns from the country. This is why we have guns banned. This is why we do this. Because of things like what happened today in UCLA. But only my goons should have guns. Because right away, that's how it is in Venezuela. Okay, your public, your citizens can't have guns. They can't have, hell, they can't even have cigarettes. So we're going to control, this country's so extreme, you know, we're going to control how much cigarettes you smoke. And by the way, we're going to make socialism so awesome that we're going to take electricity and we're going to regulate how much electricity you use. We're going to deliberately do that because that's owned by the government. We, the government, we own you. We are the Walt Disney of Venezuela. So therefore, because we are the Walt Disney, there's not a darn thing that you can do about it. We're going to run you like a kid on a forest wheel. You will do exactly what we tell you. We are going to do what we want you to do, and we're going to make sure that you regulate your electricity, and if you don't, well, sir, I'm afraid we're gonna have to cut you off. And by the way, we're gonna jack up the bills on top of that too, because that's obviously, that's just what we're gonna do. We are the mafia. That's what's happening in Venezuela. It's like a mafia is running that country. You have people who are protesting every single day. You have long lines at 5 and 6 a.m. Venezuelan time, going through, waiting in line for food. And guess what? Food is scarce. Coca-Cola said, we're not going to continue to produce anyone here. You carry God. We're gonna dip. We gotta get them out of here. But so Coca-Cola's gone, and then you got Madero saying, "Well, I don't need any foreign intervention. We're gonna do something about foreign intervention in our country." That's the typical dictator language. Whenever the dictator feels threatened, remember, if he feels threatened by overseas intervention. First he's going to come in, we're going to do something about overseas intervention here in our country because we don't need that. Even though 70% of your citizens are on the poverty line. Or, matter of fact, they're below the poverty line. 70% of your country. And the first thing you bring up, is, we have enough issues around. We don't need foreign intervention. Does Somalia here bring a bell to people? Somalia did the same thing, and guess what's happening in Somalia? It's acting just like Venezuela. There's no, they have no government. The anarchies are taking over. The terrorists are running the country, and that's how it is in Venezuela right now. You basically have a mafia run by the government to keep people in line. So the criminals have guns, but the government doesn't seem to care. Yeah, only my goons can have guns. If you're not part of my clique, you cannot have a gun in my country. That's how Venezuela is right now. So all those folks, it's like again, I stress this one more time. To all you folks out there talking that socialism and communism is a great idea, please book a ticket to Venezuela. I'd love for you. And by the way, if you haven't already, look at some of those YouTube videos. Look at the documentaries on Venezuela. What's going on over there is a tragedy. It's a disgrace. But the corporate media is going to talk about, well, Donald Trump, him and what's more important, Donald Trump and him, he followed the Hillary Clinton and Trump University, and that was nothing but a scam. Isn't there more of that important things for the corporate media to bring up, like this issue of Venezuela? So the world is more divided. We're even in Venezuela. So I'm going to be doing more coverage on Venezuela soon. But if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or what you think about socialism, communism, or what do you believe about Venezuela, feel free to comment in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful evening and a wonderful day.